Good afternoon. It is Monday, March 20th, and I'm about to go through my roundabout torture test here in Roseville, Minnesota with FSD Beta 11.3.2. It's been a while since I've done this test with FSD Beta. Last time I did it was with the 69.25 builds. So based upon some really positive experience I've had so far with 11.3.1 and .2 with roundabouts, I'm expecting some big improvements here. And hopefully less throttle interventions. That's been a consistent theme I've noticed so far. So we're going to do 6 passes of this section of roundabouts. It's a pair of roundabouts here right next to a busy Walmart. We're going to do them 3 from one direction and 3 from the other. So I will fast forward here and we will start with test number 1. Alright, so this will be test number 1 here. Again, we're doing 6 passes total, 3 from each direction. So right now we are going west to east. Again, we're getting over to the wrong lane. This right lane is turn only here, so let's see if it recovers. Not gonna, it even confuses human drivers here, it looks like. And it looks like we're stopping short here. So now we're in a pickle, so we're gonna have to disengage there because it picked the wrong lane. So right off the bat, not great results. That's been a consistent behavior there in the past where I've seen it do exactly what it just did there. Unfortunately, before, there was not very much traffic around. So right off the bat, you see again, that lane selection issue, not being able to read the signs, really puts us at a disadvantage right off the bat. So I'm going to consider that test, even though we just didn't even get through the first section there with the disengagement. We're going to consider that a fail there. So anyways, we're going to go back around and we'll give it another shot here. All right, this is attempt number 2. We're going to try it from the exact same direction here. And this time it picked the right lane. Let's see if it does the same thing on the next roundabout here. And you can kind of see again here, it wants to get over to that right lane, but now it's staying to the left. Okay, that's definitely good behavior. No throttle inputs for me so far on this stretch here. Much better this time around. So we're going to consider that a pass. That was great. I didn't have to apply one throttle input that whole section back there, so that was really good. It's very consistent with what I've noticed in the rest of my roundabout experiences so far with 11.x. So that first pass was very uncharacteristic so far from what I've seen. Again, there was traffic there. Hopefully we'll see some more traffic so we can hopefully get a better example there and get some more tests in here. But yeah, so far we're 1 for 2. I'm going to turn around and we're going to try it from east to west next. All right, this is test number 3. This is our first time now going from east to west. Good job entering this roundabout. This one's always been pretty consistently good with FSD, even with the 10.x build. So it's this next one up here that's always caused problems for us. And let's see if we pick the right lane. We should be picking the left lane here. And again, we're picking the wrong lane, carrying a lot of speed, getting on the brakes, and you can see here it actually ended up missing it completely. So there was nobody there, so I kind of wanted to see what it would do. But, it switched the navigation now, but we should have been going straight through there. So that's definitely a fail. We will be going back through now for test number 4 next here. All right, this is pass number 4 here. A little more traffic at this roundabout than normal. Doing a good job comfortably slowing for that car. We are clear there. We could have responded a little quicker there, but did the right thing ultimately. No issues. And then again for the tricky roundabout here, this one continues to be the toughest one here. Let's make sure it stays to the left again. And now it's trying to go to the right. It's fighting itself. So let's see what it ends up doing here. We are clear for now. So it makes the right move ultimately, but as you can tell, pretty rough. And doing a great job slowing for that pedestrian there. That was great. So yeah, I'll consider that a pass, but if there was any more traffic at that roundabout, that would have quickly turned into a disengagement again. and it goes wrong from the get-go. Not being able to read signs kind of puts us in the wrong lane. It also doesn't look like it's reading the road markings as far as I can tell. Maybe I'm wrong there, but you know, I would say it is less jerky than it was in the 10.x builds at this pair of roundabouts, but still, you know, a lot of room for improvement there. If we get the lane selection right, honestly, that would pretty much solve the issues with that roundabout, because the throttle behavior is much more confident than it's ever been now. And that's something I think that's been, you know, consistent with across all the roundabouts I've done with version 11. It definitely carries more speed and more slow, you know, confidently decelerates as it approaches the roundabout, versus before it would be really hard on the brakes and then kind of chop it quite a bit. So anyways, this is round number 5 here, and again, just like in the previous ones, we're getting into the wrong lane off the bat. We got some traffic behind us here, so we're gonna have to get over quickly to address this. And you can kind of see we're kind of squatting over both lanes there. So it ultimately gets through and makes the right move, and then a little bit of braking there. Again, it's kind of fighting itself, but it does the right thing at this roundabout. So at both roundabouts, it kind of gets around it, but this one, it stays in the left lane as it should. The other one, it goes back and forth until it's like the very last second, and then it wants to cut back over when it realizes that lane ends. So again, a pass, but just like with the 69 builds, it's still, the lane selection issues still kind of are setting us up for failure, you know, if there's any more traffic here. So anyways, we'll turn around and we'll do our last attempt at this section here. I might do actually just 2 more, but we're getting pretty close to the end. So we'll turn around here and go back through it from the east to west direction here in just a moment. All right, this is attempt number 6. Again, from east to west now. Again, no issues with this roundabout. Confident behavior, smooth deceleration, smooth throttle inputs, no issues there. I just changed my speed there to match the speed limit, but again, we're getting over to the left here, carrying a lot of speed, a little more than I would probably carry, but we ended up kind of coming out there. But I would prefer the car to slow, and I'm going to probably report that, and I'll follow up with them on that. But we probably should be carrying a little bit less speed there than we did. So I want to go back through and do this one more time, and then we'll summarize the results. So I'll do a little bit of bonus coverage here for you, and just kind of going from the west to east direction, which seems to be the most difficult part considering the way the lanes and stuff break out. And then we'll kind of summarize the results and go from there. So see you in a bit. All right, this is the final pass here, round 7. Again, just like before from this direction, we get in the wrong lane right off the bat, which is a turn-only lane. You can kind of see the lines are faded. And now we're gonna stop here. We're clear, but you can tell that it's not pretty at all. So if there was a car right behind us, that would have created some confusion for sure. And then again, we have the false signal. It looks like it's actually, okay, I thought I was going to actually get over to the right there and follow that car, but it does the right thing regardless of the signals and does get through this roundabout, it looks like, again. So another pass, but yeah, again, not the best. Again, that first... Alright, so that first, just to summarize again, my GoPro cut out there, apologies for that. But that first roundabout, again, continues to be really difficult for FSD. And it just seems to come from a lack of not being able to read the road markings and or signs. A couple mistakes that it makes, obviously the lane selection is the big one. It puts us in that right lane and then decides to stay in there basically too late. And if there's traffic behind us, we have to disengage. So... that's one of the issues. I feel like we're carrying a little too much speed. I would rather come in at around 20 miles an hour, or, you know, read the 15 mile an hour speed limit signs and just do 15, slow to that. But it doesn't seem to be reading those either, so that's another shortcoming. And then, yeah, I feel like the behavior to abort the lane selection issue, it should just probably exit and just disengage there, versus what it's doing, which is trying to fix it at the last second. You know, as long as there's awareness of cars behind us, I'm fine with that behavior. But if there's traffic closely following us, we need to kind of just abort if we're in the wrong lane there. So, you know, again though, a lot of passes, not some of them not pretty, but I will say some better behavior that I've seen comparing 69.25.1 and 2 to 11.3.1 and .2 with roundabouts is that the throttle control, car control is much better. The car does a better job of maintaining speed and being way less choppy on brake and throttle inputs. So that leaves a better experience for me, the passenger, or in this case, co-driver. But again, the lane selection issues for FSD with roundabouts continue to be an issue. I know they're very tough, but it seems like until they're able to read more signs and road markings, we're going to continue to have these sort of issues. So we'll definitely be coming back in future minor releases and continue to test this, and hopefully, you know, later this year we'll have some pretty flawless execution of that roundabout test there. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.